So, now, hold on, before we get started on part 2, this is a little disclaimer. I said in the last part, I am not doing copyright strikes things. But on that video of... Here, hold on, let me pull it up. On my What If Izuku was the Sentinel thing, the one that's on the top row, it was copyright claim. I just said in the video, so do you ever listen to me? No. So, better turn it up all the way. So, now, and I am a little bit surprised that my video got copyright claim. I didn't do it. I was trying something new, okay? So, sorry about that. And I am getting really upset because, one, I can't believe my video got copyright claim. So, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I never get that. And I try so hard to avoid those. Like, I support everything. So, that's why I'm like... And that's in my or the video that was before. Like, this morning. That copyright claim. I don't even know who claims it. Basically, I said, sorry, I did not copy the song onto it. And I want you all to agree on it so that I can't get banned from it. Okay, with you? And the song that was playing is... I know it's supposed to be the actor of Lady Gaga thing, but I am really, really mad right now. I don't hate any songs. I'm really mad. I can't believe my video got demonetized for it. Or I think that's demonetized. Copyright claim. So the last video thing before this one, I was playing what my YouTube had on there, or on my PS4 was playing. So, just ignore that. But, disclaimer, I said that yesterday, or earlier today. I don't think YouTube even heard that. So, I actually never heard that song. And sorry about for that really long pause thing. I heard was some mice or not mice, but yeah, some weird noises in the attic. thing. So that's why you hear me go quiet. And that's why. And now it's going to be 11. So I know that this is a good time. So, and I try to make some disclaimers. It's a new thing for me because I never do songs. Okay? I'm being completely honest. So let's get back before I get demonetized for or copyright claims. So, fair warning, that last video is now, I'm gonna just not thinking about it. So, in this what if thing, where we left off, was Zuko got a visit from, or actually, he visits Nezu. Nezu says, what are those? These are two lobsters that I've had in. So they were like, okay. And Nezu has like, knew where he was going. So he says, okay, that's not illegal. So now, and I don't know, but he is strong. So they're like, all right. So Nezu says, well, other than that, you really have been busy last couple days, hasn't you? As he says, yeah. And I think it's just that label. I just realized that label is like someone else's handwriting. Huge shout outs to them. This channel is not copyright ain't zone. So basically, no copyrights, no getting banned. This is the not copyrights, okay? So, and if it is, I would know, and I try to find. Plus, I would rather had people like Maya or Mina and all those people with like shirts on and buff guys like Endeavor instead of like, I'll say it, instead of like porn thing. And Zuko is not porn. My Hero Academia is not porn, but I'm trying not to be irritated about it. So Zuko says, yeah, I've been busy a lot. So what do you need? As Nezu says, well, how about you joining class 1A? Because as like a student, or maybe a teacher, that's because as he says, well, how if I became a student and I will learn how much. But if I became a teacher, that I would have to teach way more than anybody. So Zuko is like, yeah, I agree. And that was Nezu agreeing with Zuko, so but he says, or how about a yeah, you're pretty crafty for you could be in the support course. Well, see, I don't want to do that because I would rather be out in the field thing and like doing all that. So Nezu says, okay, put you in class 1A, bump you up. So he did, and Ochako, Bakugo, Mina were is like, oh look, there's class 1B student. Guess who was making fun of him for being was in class 1B? I'll leave that votes up to you. Basically, it was human Pikachu made fun of him because he tells him that you shouldn't be in class 1A. As he says, well, Nezu bumped me up to class 1A. As Mina has that little grin on her face. Because Ochako, or actually, Ochako, no, or actually, Mina says, well, then, of course, because Mina and Ochako spent like a sleepover thing, as at their house. So they were like, as Mina tells or plays Truth or Dare, it was Ochako and Ochako always picks Truth. So she says, well, of course, what was one thing that you didn't tell anybody? As Ochako is blushing. Basically, she says, as Ochako told Mina that you know that truth about me and Zuko. That's true. But now he is. They thought he killed the students. Things. Yeah, but he's long gone, out of your life. Now you have Bakugo. As Ochako still has a little bit of hope left, or she actually lost a lot of hope for her and Zuko getting dating and got married. Plus, Bakugo knows that Zuko is that. So he says, well, he wasn't being annoying thing, but when when Mina saw Zuko, as after school, she told Ochako that she lucked out. So she's literally goes up to, or actually, Ochako was holding her arm like I'm as she says, or actually they're like, yeah. Or so they were fighting over each other's or of course Mina told her that I thought you didn't, or as or Mina knows that she was trying to pull a prank on him, but it lasted too long, so now she's dating Bakugo, and of course only people that heard that was Momo, because she told him, or she told them, what are you two arguing about? As Mina says, well, I'll give you details, okay? So she says this. Well, since we were little kids, the Ochako over there, as she points to Ochako, she wanted to pull a prank on him. Basically, trying to make him feel bad, but as he says, or actually, she says, well, the prank was if she cheats on him by going with Bakugo. As it lasted for quite a long time, surprisingly. As Momo is like, huh, guess he's up for grabs, for me. As Ochako is like, no way. As she's like, well, you pulled a serious prank on him, but for now, he is all mine, so. As all three of them start fighting each other. Not like pulling hairs or things. They're just arguing over each other's. As he still keeps walking away. Like says, well, then. As a honest, she says, hey, brother, how was school? As everyone saw her, and when she said brother, they looked at her like, wait, so, or Mina's like, wait, so, hold on. Of course, Ochako, or actually, Zumi forgot about her brother. So they couldn't believe that Zuku has a sister. So one of the boys, hold on. One of the boys, Haynes, guess who it was? It was not the bird guy, grapefruit guy. That kid, look, the Minoru, who one? Maya, or Mine Tan. I can't say their name. So, and So he says, and Human Pikachu says, "Wait, what? You who have a sister?" As he turns around and says, "Yeah, so what?" As they find her hot, like hot stuff. So, now Zuku is like, or her. She says, "Come on, brother. Let's make some or build some awesome toys, okay?" Sure. As Mina says to them, "Okay, so they are debating about who will ask Zuko first." So Ochako was actually Ochako used to, or is still, or actually Bakugo couldn't believe that her or his friend that he hasn't talked to in so many days things has a sister that's so beautiful that was like they couldn't believe that. As he looks at her and says, "Sorry about um, our play thing of UA." "Oh, that's okay, brother. You already made a single one." As they're like, "Yeah." So they were like, "Okay, done." So now, moving on to ball throw things. So basically, they were pretty powerful. So I know that I got claims. So Momo and Ochako and Mina, or so Mina is like telling Ochako that you already are hating Bakugo, remember? As that leaves me with him. As he says, or as they're both like, or of course, Ochako says that's only for a prank for weeks. Well, it's years, but surprisingly, as he says, well, you're, as Ochako or Momo even says, well, both of you are out, so as they're like, no, we're not. As they're like, so they were, as Ochako got to Zuku, or actually one day she walked up to him and told him that if he wants to get dating back, as he says, huh, well, okay, but is Bakugo okay with that? As he still remembers when Bakugo and her were still dating. Sometimes he sees her kissing Bakugo. As he says, huh, well, I'm gonna go oh, oh. So, as Bakugo, or actually, Ochako got, like, she couldn't believe that her favorite boyfriend, aka Zuku, just walked out on her. Because Mina told her that I think you went too far. As that Bakugo or Mina said to Ochako the other day. She says, "Well, you took it way too far, literally, and now he totally forgot about you." As Ochako is like, I can't believe I. As she got to her house thing, and she plopped onto her bed, and her parents could sense that she had a really bad day, so she told them about how Zuku is back, but as he she told them that it used to be a giant prank for them. As Zuku, or they said, "Wait, what was the prank about?" She told them, but they forgot that it was a prank to Zuku, so they said, "Okay, hey." But then they remembered what the prank was, as well. You already have Bakugo as a boyfriend, so now get away from him for a long time. As Ochako told him that Zuku, or her heart's with Zuku, as she told them that, as he says, or his parent or her parents told them or told her that he it's all right. So she, of course, Zuku was with his sister, as he says, or actually because he was part of both of this one and that one, so makes her the blood sister. So they were like, yeah, what should we make next? Should I, or should we play with Endeavor, or should we play with Midnight, or it's your choice, actually. As oh, she says, yeah, let's play with Endeavor. I'm talking about the doll version, not the actual Endeavor. To be political correct. So now, like, the doll form, so it was like they start playing with the doll, like kind of like a Barbie doll, kind moving. But then the next day he says, time for me to go back to school. So have fun, little sis. Yeah, have fun too, as he goes back to school. And Ochako, whose parents are waiting for him, so they told him that if it's okay to date our daughter again. As he says, huh, well, is she the one that is dating Bakugo? Yeah. Huh. Well, she. Every time I see him, see love in their eyes for each other. So, I'm actually gonna return this or return her heart thing as as he tells them that he's not a right person. So he basically walked in and he got into his usual seat and he ends up like Maya or Chaco was still asking him about those serious questions as he says, huh, guess now your boyfriend is already too ignored by you. Now you had to ignored by me? Huh. That's okay. As so they like left, like do something, and man oh man, they did like training things. So then so she got or she he tried to put him on like a pedestal thing. Basically aka marriage proposal thing. Basically so one day he so they were like, huh. As he says, huh, well, goodbye. As after school, they or he teleported away, and he sees his sister, and so now, Zuku is, or actually Inko. I know that she totally forgot about her son, but when Zuku, or not Zuku, Inko told, or then after she sees him in the papers, then she remembers and basically she told Zumi that her brother is Zuku, so as Zumi tells her someone else has them in their family, so as they're like, wait, what do you mean? Hey, some random chick just says, hey brother, so it was just so weird. And no, it's not like that. And that one, I really need to freshen up these what ifs. That's why I wanted to make like a little like sound things to freshen it up. Basically, that's why I in my last video that I made yesterday or today earlier before this video was to try to freshen it up just a little bit. But if that's why disclaimer, okay? And no, I'm trying not to copy anyone. It's just I really wanted to who like make just like freshen up new add new things to it, okay? So now back into the what if before I start crying, okay? I'm I'm very like close to doing like the same thing. It's just okay. So Inko or Zumi he is telling her that yeah the some random chick just came in out of nowhere and told him, hey, she says this, hey brother, kind. As Inko is finds this displeasing. Basically, like as she says, wait, what do you mean? Like, does someone else have him? As it's been so. They said, well, no. As so, Zuku or actually Inko told Zumi to ask why he. As he says, or the next day he came in, Zumi asked Zuku if, do you have a minute? Sure. The he Zuku says, well, or Zumi says, well, he, or actually, she tells him that one chick, one that keeps calling you brother, uh, as she says, or actually, Zuku says, well, see, Zumi, he, the, I am part of, or I've been, or actually, her two brothers reincarnated as me, so that's why I have these two things on my hands, infinity and zero. As in or Zuku or not Inko, Zumi sees them. So basically, think of or he says, think about me as three different people sharing the same body. Don't worry, I'm still powerful, but as yeah. So Zuku was basically so buffed that no one even comes close to how buffed he was. And Endeavor says, or actually, Zumi says, okay, so Infinite, or she remembers her parents told her the story of there was three children's. One was Infinity, the other was Zero, the other was basically like creation thing. So he says, well, I still have part of or full part of me is, or I keep my name of Izuku. Oh, so they, so Izuku Midoriya has still, there's three parts of me, so that's why. So, Inko, oh, or so Zumi is like, okay, can I still call you my brother? Yes. Okay, as Mina couldn't sees like sees Zumi, but she said that, and they're like, huh, well, as Maya noticed that there's two things on his hands. The one that like was infinity. So she told her friends that like basically she told her friends or like Ochako and Maya or Momo I meant that he has three different personalities in him. As Ochako says, well, what is the first two? As Mina says, well, the first two, Zero and Infinity, that's their names. And Zuku is their third name. As they're like, okay, so no wonder why he can't remember us. But he remembers me dating Bakugo. As Bakugo, when he heard that Zuko has three different personalities, yeah, he was mad. So Bakugo went and told Zuko that, come on, let's see how powerful you really get, both possessing Zuko. As he gets knocked out by Zuko with just one punch. As he says, well, as he walks away, literally. And now it's time for what the heck. So, or better not, I'm trying not to cry during these recorded scenes things, but just to be safe, I'm gonna let my other half of me says it. Okay, so now, what the heck? Or actually, before Ochakos tells Zuku that, or actually wants to talk to the original Zuku, as he says, okay, as he transforms back into the original, no, Zuku, as he says, what do you need? As he tells them that, or actually, she told them that, it was a prank long time, okay? As he says, well, who basically, as he tells them that, yeah, but sometimes you need to like say it's just a prank, bro, kind. But now, well, you have Bakugo, so and why not dating anybody. Okay? As he literally walked away, as he becomes back into his buffed up form, as they couldn't believe that Zuko is actually, they couldn't believe that Zuko took it so literally, as he made Ochako cry. So he basically told Bakugo that take care of her, okay? But for me, as Bakugo went and told him that he needs to, like, apologize thing, as he says, he is, or she is your wife anyway, so, okay? As he, like, flipped Bakugo over, like, underhand, overhand, like, that stuff. So, now, he was, they couldn't believe that. So, Zuko, or actually, both him and him were, like still in his body, so they said, well, time to train again. Or let's make dolls, okay? As they couldn't believe, or actually Zuko, or actually only person that really knows that Zuko was still in shock, like his memories are stayed in reverse thing. So was Nezu told Zuko that he needs to, like, get your three heads together. As he says, well, how will we do that? As he says, if not, well, you might be banned from school. So, to making, as he says, okay. As he was walking away, like he literally left the planet after he actually told him. He says, well, as he says, basically you're saying that, and I'm off school ground, so, but to me and my two heads, or infinity and zero, will go to a different planet. So, by now, as he jumps all the way to the moon, jumps all the way to the sun, jumps all, like, he's immune to everything. So he's basically all the way to the sandy area, the Mars. He went all the way to the Mars. As he says, as everybody's like, whoa, okay, Zuko, So he, or actually, he made so his sister, or his other two sisters, or no, his other two halves, like Zero and Infinity, his sister says, well, he probably Of course, he told them what, or actually, they told her what they said. So then all that stuff, and now Zuko is off the planet. So does her. So then Maya says, "Well, I don't think he's coming back to school anytime soon." As as Eraserhead, or actually Bakugo says he better not. I'll kill him because poor Ochako, oh, sad. So as or, or Razorhead walks in with just this one paper thing, as he says, "Well, you might not see him on Earth anymore, or them, should I say?" As they're like, "What do you mean?" And as Eraserhead says, "Well, I mean that he left the planet. He's going to Mars. That's a barren wasteland. Where does people even live on?" Well, see that Infinity and Zero can survive it. But Zuko is part of them, so he can survive it too. With their sister. As their sister? What do you mean they? As or it was actually Momo says that. Who are they? As he says, "Well, this is what it is." So he draws like three stickmen. As he says, "Well, one is called Infinity, the other is called Zero, and in the middle there's Zuku." All three of them share bodies, share the same body together. So their brains work differently. Like one has as positive, one has negative, one has both. Because both of them, because when they could remember everything that happened last week or last year's, like in the past, will be stuck with them forever. As so he tells Bakugo that I believe it was Ochako that did that prank thing. As he says, Zuko might remember it for years to come. As Mina says, "Well, how will we get that memory out of him and turn him back into our beloved Zuko?" As as Eraserhead is saying, "Well, there's only a couple people that do know how it works." So he said, "Well, because Ochako did not know that Zuko had three different people or two different people inside of him, and his memories are locked in there permanently." So basically, as one of the sentinels, as he is flying back because of positivity. As he's flying back and he sees a sentinel was gonna or is flying towards it and his robot thing. So he says boom, or he kicked and with such force, and I'm trying not to copyright anything, so he and no, there's no Lady Gaga or nothing. I'm trying not to be like bad, so sorry. Sorry about that. I felt it coming up, so I was actually crying because I can't believe my last video got claimed. Like the copyright claimed. So basically, I was trying not to, but then I got to that part and it dawns on me really hard. So just please don't do this. Don't do that video or don't do. I was trying to freshen it up instead of constantly sounding like. I was trying to make it more epic, okay? So please don't demonetize me, YouTube. So now it's time for my favorite game show. I'm just kidding. So when he guess my old opponent is back. I'll just use this image. So I think it was the other image of that. I try not to find anything that's blurry, okay? That's why I wanted something like clear. So Sentinel was basically a it was I know that I think it's just that one video that I did. So on that last part, so don't worry. I was trying to make it more epic. So he felt bad. So he as he Sentinel got rid of his Zuku's that one memory by just blasting him as he says, I hope that she is still dating me. As he now remembers or that file got out of his head. So now for that what the heck thing. Or after they battled and he won and he came back to Earth and he's like, okay. Good to see you all. So he tells them, good to see you all, but he and he basically told Ochako that he's sorry for that, and as he says, sorry about the doing that to you. I wasn't in the right mind, so plus I think that Sentinel guy was gonna be killing the Earth, but I took care of him, so, or should I say we took care of him. As he went away, and he starts dating as Ochako, or actually Ochako was she or her parents, or actually told Zuko before to stay away, so he stayed away. So he's like, not dating anyone. So as he's back into where he was at abandoned warehouse in Iceland, as you know whose turn was get next was actually Momo Irozu. That her was next. But Zuko and Momo, or actually they were trying to look for him again, but they're like, we gave up. As he so he literally inside of his workshop, and he punched himself of he he's trying, or he literally punched him, like getting that negative out of him as he's punching him to death. So yeah, so now so Ochako, who is, or actually Bakugo told her that it's not the same Zuko that, or it wasn't Zuko that told you that, it was Zero. I could tell in his tone of voice. As Ochako and her parents, they are shocked because they could never tell with Zuko's voice. But Bakugo could tell, so he says, or he had a voice thing recorder, so he played it, and he shared it, as it was deep dark voice, like, hello, Card, how are you all? As that's what he sounded like. So Zuko, who are actually Ochako, is not crying anymore, but she wants, or actually, as his paper thing that he left was one, it was his checklist thing. Number one, say sorry to Ochako. Number two, punch a snot out of Zero. As they're like, okay. So basically, he's punching Zero in the face right now, as he's like, as that's what his business was. So now it's time for me to go to bed. So what the heck? Before, happy or not Thanksgiving, happy Easter to all, and all goodbye.